Hope it's going down, guys. Talk Norwich City here, back for a little chilled match review of the defeat to Derby County today. I've come home. I really do want to start doing fan cams and match reviews at away games, but it's just super difficult. When I'm getting the coach, there's no time. When I'm getting the train, I've got all my stuff on my back, and people don't want to film and stuff, which is completely fair enough. And it's very tough to get people outside of away games because a lot of people get coaches. So I apologise for that. I'm doing it at home, but I think, you know, we've been talking about it on the channel for a long while. I do feel like a broken record, and I'm slowly but surely getting bored of talking about things. It was very much like last season when I was criticising defenders and strikers for certain things. You get to a point where you can only say things a certain amount of times before you just get bored of your own voice. And unfortunately, that's the way it's going. And it's been, I feel, one of the biggest weeks in Norwich City history for a long, long while. I haven't been supporting Norwich City for as long as I reckon a lot of you guys have done. You know, I'm still young. I've only been watching Norwich for like 10 years, something like that. And in that space, I've seen fluctuating Norwich City sides, League One, Premier League, not many cup runs. But I've seen a lot of good Norwich City players, and I've seen a lot of shambolic Norwich City players. This Norwich City team on paper is very, very good. We've got a lot of good players on paper, but I don't think I've ever seen a Norwich City team in my whole Norwich City supporting life that lack fight as much as this Norwich City team. I genuinely don't, and that really pains me to say it. You guys know that I get so worked up when players leave the pitch without, you know, coming up to the fans or whatever. That really gets to me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a personal thing, or I don't know if that's a common theme with football fans. But when I see football players leaving the pitch without even coming up to the fans, it really gets to me, because I know how much it means when football players pay respect to fans. I'm in the terraces every week. You know, I was a kid, like an 8-year-old kid once, who looked up to football players. I still do look up to football players. I'd still be pretty starstruck if a football player came up to me and started speaking. So I know how much that means. And for me, results matter. Of course they do. Seeing your team win, there's no better feeling. But for me, it's more important seeing players that respect the fans, want to play for the shirt, and respect their manager. At this moment in time, there's a few that do, but a lot of them players don't want to be playing for that manager. They don't really want to be playing for the club, and that hurts. That really hurts, and it's really, really, it's really frustrating when you go to an away game. You spend like 50 to 100 quid. And you go there knowing you're not going to win the game. You saw in the score predictions in the matchday experience, I didn't think we'd win. Chris didn't think we'd win. Mike didn't think we'd win. There was very few people in that Norwich City supporting away section today. A very good following, may I say, and very good vocal support, considering the situation we're in. Very decent, that thought we were going to win. Now, it's been an influential week for Norwich City. We had the annual general meeting and a pretty feisty press conference. Now, I'm in a very lucky situation where I get to speak to the journalists, to your Norwich City broadcasters, pretty much on a daily basis. You know, I communicate with them, I chat to them, I work with them, and that's a fortunate situation I'm in. I feel that that's a good situation to be in, and I can put my hand on my heart and say that them journalists, our broadcasters, are some of the nicest people. And some of them, they want good for the club, you know. All of our journalists, all of our broadcasters, most of them, 99% of them, are Norwich City fans. If they're not Norwich City fans, they care deeply about this football club. Now, when Alex Neil comes out to the press and starts slagging off the media with his comments, that's when you know game's over. Like, I've been saying pretty much since Leeds away, I could see that was the turning point, Leeds away, in the cup, when I was like, okay, it's game over. Like, it's game over. It just is. And Alex Neil certainly isn't the biggest problem. He is one of the problems. I think he's lost the players. I think he's become very bitter. I think he's lost the fans. He's lost the media. He's certainly lost the players. When you get to that situation, there is no way back. There is no way back. Even if we would have won today, like, to be fair, we played some decent football for the first half and parts of the second half. Admittedly, we didn't have a shot on target until like the 90th minute, but we did play some decent football. We just couldn't cut Derby open. When you start losing fans, players and the media, that's game over. There is no way back from here. I genuinely mean that, and it really bloody grates on me when other opposition fans who don't watch Norwich, and I suppose I can see why they do it, but they say, you're 6th, you're 7th or whatever, wherever we are, 7th I think. You're 7th, why are you getting at the manager? They don't watch Norwich City, they haven't seen the decline in Norwich City, they don't realise that there is a 1% chance of this turning around. I do genuinely like Alex Neil. I've lost a bit of respect for him this week, I must admit, but I do like Alex Neil. He's given me one of the best days of my life, and for that I'm forever grateful. But we've got to change. Delia and Michael Wynne-Jones are completely out of touch with modern day football. Some of their comments stink of averageness, they stink of ignorance and arrogance, and it pains me to say it, that if we continue in this run of form and this run of this mindset that we've got of arrogance and we're fine without external investment, and Jez Moxey going, promotion, promotion, promotion. We're not going to get promoted if we keep playing like this and we keep having this mindset. It's not going to happen. It's genuinely not going to happen. And that arrogance stinks. It genuinely does stink. Norwich City are a big club. Like, we are a decent sized club. We've got a big following, a very committed fan base, and on paper we probably do have a bottom half Premier League team. We shouldn't be losing 6 games in a row in the Championship or 5 games in the Cup. That is diabolical. And when you have Ricky Martin appointed head of recruitment, don't even get me started on that. When you have Delia Smith and Michael Wynne-Jones saying, we're not interested in external investment, we're happy how it is. When you've got Jez Moxey coming out and saying, we want to interact more with fan groups and stuff like that, when we know it's not happening, it stinks of arrogance, it stinks of ignorance, and it stinks of a football club that's happy to be where we are. And it pains me when people do that and they don't want to reach higher and higher for more success. I know that the modern day football is becoming more money orientated and stuff like that. It does hurt me to say that, because football isn't going the right way at the moment, in my opinion. But sometimes you've just got to dance with the devil and take risks. I love Delia Smith. She's one of my favourite people in the world. But you've just got to get with the times, and unfortunately Norwich City aren't going with the times. I can't see us beating Brentford at home, but the worrying thing is Alex Neil will still be in charge if we lose to Brentford, I think. We then go to Barnsley, we might have a chance there. If you win there, it papers over the cracks. We're in this horrible cycle at the moment, and Alex Neil should have been sacked weeks ago, but it hasn't happened. Anyway, I've had a good day nonetheless. I think after a while you learn to not take the result too seriously. Football is a big part of my life, and I do take it seriously. But sometimes, if you don't laugh, you'd cry. Anyway, big thanks for watching this. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling about Norwich City. I feel a bit disillusioned at the moment with everything that's going on. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you soon. Peace out.
Once upon a time, a fairy tale.